Hello, I'm Risto Crause. I graduated Brighton High School in 2022, and right now I'm at the Air Force Academy. I think my first time going to YoungLife was probably one of the clubs, and I think Mr. Wendrick had like dressed up, and he was like a PE teacher in like a skit, and it was super funny. And then I think I'd come to that Wednesday after that Monday. I went to the campaigners, and like that's when I really realized that like that's what I really liked about it, and like I really kept coming back to those Wednesday campaigners.
Yeah, so I probably in junior year that he started becoming very engaged with Young Life. That was a high priority in his life. Being a part of that organization, the group, the relationships he built, um, and it started to take priority over other things. And so then you would see that, hey, this is important.
I met my Young Life leaders first when I started really coming in high school and like coming more consistently, and I really started to like form those bonds with them and like really get the most out of having that like mentor role in my life. Probably more junior year, and then from there like they've been like some of the best people in my life.
Well, I don't know if it's particular to Risto or not, but he was kind of off on his own. It was not something that I really heard about until senior year, I think, where he was getting us involved at something. So we had mostly an outsider perspective on Young Life, but what we saw, we liked.
I just miss those good old days when in Mr. Wendrick's living room with like 40 of us crammed in there.
Probably when we did the fundraiser, was that senior year? When I really realized that this is huge to Risto, that maybe it was junior year. There were two fundraisers that I was a part of, and they were, it was like eye-opening for us to hear Risto talk about his experience at Young Life, because he'd never said anything to us.
I guess my life during kind of those like transition years, I mean, it was kind of hard. I mean, one thing I've struggled with is anxiety, and just dealing with kind of that insecurity too. So having Jesus in my life is really like the best thing ever, just because like, I mean, if you trust that things are going exactly how they're supposed to, then I mean that's such a profound like feeling of joy, because just like everything is going literally perfect, and just like being able to be grateful for that even when like things might really suck is like such a helpful just like way to live. And without that, like I can't imagine just like how anxious I would still be.
The thing that was super important to him about Young Life was that he had relationships with the people there that were completely genuine, that and life-changing. So that was where, he's still extremely close with the whole group of people that were part of Young Life with him, and it's very clear that he was building a personal relationship with God too, which was very important to him, and he'd start to it just became more apparent, part of his life, where you're just saying, okay, this is who Risto is becoming, which we like. So it was a good thing for him.
The biggest things for me was just having a community where, I mean, everybody there was super supportive of everybody else, and centered around Jesus, especially during those years where like you're starting to become more of an adult. Having Young Life to like facilitate like a Christian lifestyle was super important for me.
Yeah, I think that relationship that those friends have is closer than any group of friends, like more genuine, more intimate and real. They connect, they care for each other, they look out for each other, they're interested in each other's lives. It's 100% real, which you don't always find in high school settings.
I mean, during high school, Young Life was really just somewhere where I could go to think about like my feelings and think about how I should act and like really analyze like what I've been doing and like how I should be acting, and just like having somewhere where like there's people that I can talk to about anything, especially during high school when sometimes things get hard, and just like having somewhere where like I enjoy going to. Like, I mean, it was always fun to like show up and see all my friends and talk about Jesus.
Just from my experience with Risto and Young Life is that it is, it's for the kids. It's all about the kids. The kids are the ones that need to build an adult relationship with God, and this organization allows them to do it in their own way. Parents need to kind of let it happen. There's nothing that you would go, okay, this has any bad influence whatsoever. Why wouldn't you want your kid to be a part of Young Life? And it's just it was a great experience. So you look at that, and then the other question for an adult is, how can you help Young Life? How can you make this organization continue to do so well, and so it's not dependent on any one individual? Obviously, you're going to need more participation to grow and reach more kids.
I mean, I think other high schoolers should be involved in Young Life just because it's fun and you get to do a lot of really cool stuff. And I mean, especially if you're a Christian, then you should definitely go. And even if you're not, you should still go, because I mean, you should still go and see what it's like. And I think there's a lot of amazing people there. And overall, like, it's just a net positive for just like society. So I think that having a community like that to be able to go to and hang out is amazing. So